Hello everybody, welcome back to Norwich Talk for another transfer related video. This is a video I didn't expect to be making, to be perfectly honest with you. A tweet from Connor Southwell I have just seen on my feed, and I've seen some of sort of the reactions of disappointment, and I share those with fans. So I thought I'd make a little video just giving a few thoughts and looking ahead as we always do in these videos. Pierre Lees-Melou is rumoured to be leaving Norwich City on a 3-year deal to join Stade Brestois. Yeah, I'm not going to say their name anymore. You know the drill when it comes to me saying names. They're a mid-table side in Ligue 1. Last season they finished 11th, I think. So they're very sort of steady in the French Premier League, although the standard of that league I think is a bit lower than the Premier League itself. It's an interesting one, to say the least. I stated in my keep run or sell video for midfielders that I wanted Norwich City to keep him. I thought he'd be a good fit for the Championship, and my reasons for that are as follows. He didn't have a good start to his career at Norwich City, in my opinion. He sort of started in the 8 in the 4-3-3, didn't he? And it just really wasn't working. I think his signing, the intention behind it was he was meant to be a bit of a jack of all trades, can sort of get around the pitch, can put a challenge in, can make a key pass. Wasn't really working. It didn't help that Daniel Farke at the time was struggling to sort of nail down a solid 3 in midfield. But towards the back end of the season, Dean Smith, I thought, brought a little bit more out of him. He was sort of put in the number 10, so to speak. I'm not sure it was sort of natively a 10, but he was the more attacking of the midfield options. I thought he looked quite good. I'd argue he found some form. I think he scored a goal, didn't he? Yeah, I think he scored against Burnley. I had him down, and I think many people thought, as kind of a Marco Stiepermann, a bit of an unorthodox number 10, if you will, because of the build, sort of being quite tall, quite thin. But it didn't restrict movement. It didn't restrict ability and agility on the ball. I thought he looked really good. And one thing I have sort of admired about his performances towards the back end of last season was on the ball, he was always just willing. He was a very willing runner. On the ball, he was always looking to go forward. Not everything would always pay off, but given it was a very dark and depressing season, I kind of looked at him and thought, right, yeah, in the Championship, he could do something. He's at an age where he's not young, so it's not like he's a youth prospect and it's a damning blow to Norwich City's sort of chance to grow as a club. But at the same time, he's in sort of his peak years, 28, 29. Those years are labelled as your peak years as a footballer. So I thought if Norwich's intentions, which they are, to get promoted next season, he would be quite an important figure in that. But he's leaving. Connor has since tweeted that Norwich City should look to sign a replacement. My question for that is, what sort of position will that be? Will it be one signing? Will it be two? Because, as we've already mentioned, he sort of played that number 10, but I think he was signed as a number 8. As a number 8, didn't have too much success. Norwich have signed Gabriel Sara as a number 8. So in my head, I'm thinking maybe they'll look to sign a number 10. But there are existing options at Norwich City in that number 10 position. You've got Kieran Dowell, Todd Cantwell, who is looking likely to stay, and maybe, I'd argue, Danel Sinani. So that's 3 pretty decent options. Dowell, Sinani, I'd argue, a championship proven in the 10. Cantwell, obviously championship proven, in a bit more of a wide position, but it kind of depends on the fluidity of Dean Smith's front 3/4 and how he wants them to play in the pre-season friendlies. It's kind of been a 2 up front job, hasn't it? So I kind of wonder what formation Norwich City will go with. In my head, I think Norwich City will look to sign another number 8 because Dowell, Sinani, Cantwell, I think they're good enough options to at least contend for automatic promotions. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below on that small debacle that I'm having right now within my own mind. But yeah, Pierre Lees-Melou, I think I'm going to be honest, I'm not very pleased with it, but at the same time, this is a new era. If it does mean that we're going to sign someone who is more likely to be a Dean Smith signing rather than a Stuart Webber/Daniel Farke signing, then yeah, I guess that supports growth of the football club. I guess that helps Dean Smith build something at Norwich City. So it will all be very interesting to see what happens over the next few days and weeks when there is a replacement linked who we think is realistic. I'll absolutely make a video on that and keep us all informed, because they're always interesting exercises, those videos, for me, in terms of learning more about these new players. As ever, your thoughts, I'd love to know them in the comments down below. A thumbs up would be appreciated. Subscribe too if you fancy it, and I'll see you again very, very soon.